Hey, Phil Murphy here with the latest League of Legends Global Power Rankings, where every week we here at ESPN rank League of Legends teams across the 5 major regions according to their performance. Our Tyler Erzberger joins us now from Los Angeles. Tyler, we're heading down the final stretch of these spring splits, and no one really seems like they care to crack the top 5. Snake stays at 5 from last week. Now, a lot of people have questioned their comfort on patch 8.4. At what point will you believe that Snake can hang with the world elite on this new patch?
I mean, I will believe they are among the world elite when they actually compete against the world elite. This team, every year it seems like they have the talent, they have the skill. If you look at their lineup, you look at their play, through spurts, they look like, a world challenging team. But when it comes to actually qualifying for the World Championships, when it actually means going to an international tournament, this is when the team falters. So, as you said, it's really been hard for any teams to crack the top 5, but I don't believe in Snake until they can actually get to the World Championship.
Number 4, KT Rolster, down a spot after dropping a match to KSV. Tough week ahead. They have Afrika, they have Kingzone. What will it take for them to spring something of an upset there?
For KT, it's all about the mid lane right now. You have Pawn, who's, a world champion, a veteran, a star on EDG back in China over the years, but right now they're deciding. Pawn hasn't been very solid this split, and they have Yukal, this 17-year-old prodigy who just turned of age. In the 4 games he played, he's been amazing, he's been very talented, and he's looked like a really solid up-and-coming player. So for KT, the question is, do you stay with Pawn, who you know is good but might not get you over the hump, or Yukal, who has a boom or bust mentality? So KT, it's decision time.
At number 3, up a spot last week, we have the Class of China on an 11-game win streak, Invictus Gaming. In your estimation, what is the ceiling for IG?
I think the ceiling for IG is World Finals. I think this team has a lot of things going for it. Sure, when it comes to the World Championship, you will have to, hope you don't get too many South Korean teams in your side of the bracket. But we've seen Chinese teams compete with South Korean teams before, and this IG team has all the talent and hopefully the skill and the clutchness to actually pull it through when it counts. So IG, they're looking to be a top 2 team in these power rankings very soon.
Speaking of top 2 teams, at number 2, we have Afrika. We saw them have success with LeBlanc and Kassadin. In this new meta, do you think this is a trend of something going forward with Afrika having success with assassins in the mid lane, or is this a niche thing specifically to Kuro?
Kuro is such an interesting player to talk about. I mean, this is really Kuro's season to really rewrite his history. He's always been known as, a role player, the player that when things go wrong on all-star teams, he's the one picked out as the weak link. It would happen on the Rocks Tigers, and now he's really building his own legacy on the Afrika Freaks. He was a co-MVP last year with BDD, one of the best mid laners in the world, and this year he's leading the MVP voting again in Korea. So for Afrika Freaks, it's all about Kuro. While KT Rolls are having, decision-making with their mid laner, Afrika is all in on Kuro, and it's paying off.
You use the word legacy, and that term might be appropriate when Kingzone's all said and done with this calendar year. 6 straight week, they're atop our rankings. To what do you credit their consistency?
They just have everything. This team, as I've said before, they're playing against history. They're playing to be one of the greatest teams of all time. But when you watch them play, they don't play like any other team in the world, because when they play, it feels like they're practicing. It feels like they're doing scrimmages during their actual professional games. They are playing with reckless abandon. They have no cares in the world, and while that might come to bite them later on in the playoffs, I don't think so. This team has everything you want in a group of people, and I think that for the first time ever, we could be looking at a team that not just wins LCK or MSI or Worlds. I think they can win both of their domestic splits, MSI and Worlds, and become the first quadruple champion in League of Legends history.
Wow, quite a statement there. Tyler, fantastic stuff, as always. For the complete League of Legends Global Power Rankings and an in-depth breakdown of the top 5, keep it locked right here on ESPN.com/esports.